Alvin has advanced to Part 3 of the three-part final Head of Household competition. But who will win Part 2? Find out now on Big Brother Cheesecake 3 Under the Sea. Hello, I'm Andrew Chefstick Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 3 Under the Sea. It's day 80 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and we are down to the final three, Alvin, Chantal, and Jojo, who are competing in the three-part final Head of Household competition, where the winner will get to choose who to evict and who to bring with them to the final two. Yesterday, Alvin won Part 1 in the Deal or No Deal portion of the competition. Today is Part 2. Who will win it? Chantal or Jojo? We'll find out shortly. But first, house guests, the jury house once again was on fire. And I have to admit, say what you want about this season. The jury house, easily the best jury house of the three, of season 1, 2, and 3, that's for sure. And in terms of the season overall, yeah, I know I had that moment during JoJo's first HOH where I said the season was boring, and then when I was invited to the Sinners Chat and I was not happy. Overall, it's still a fantastic season. Does it beat Season 2? Sorry, but no. Season 2, I'm sorry, they set a precedent because Season 3 was fantastic, don't get me wrong, and it's not a huge difference. Every week there was an explosion. That didn't happen this season, and there were explosions, don't get me wrong, still a fantastic season, but this jury house is the best of the three jury houses. Here's what. Oh, and yet Lynn reminded me that I forgot to say that she called Julian a pasty little twat or something. I forgot to read that yesterday. Okay, here we go with today's jury session. Guess who I just ran into on the street? He's a shady-ass snake is your hit. Jojo? Good guess. I know it could have gone a few ways. Is Toronto just that small where you walk around seeing people you know? What the fuck? Apparently, he did a couple faces, then stopped. I didn't notice until he was passing me, but we didn't speak. That's awkward. You should have. I'm afraid of what I would say, so it's probably a good thing. But it marks my first time meeting any of you in person. Julian, you're next on my meeting list. I'm imagining Toronto being so tiny. Is it not the case? Oh, he saw me. He looked at me, made some faces once he passed me, then stopped, according to my friend, 15 feet away almost, maybe deciding to say something. I don't know. I saw the one face. It looked horrified. I'm intrigued by these made faces. So yeah, so Jojo and Jonathan apparently met in the street and didn't talk to each other, and it was awkward, and that's fascinating. Can you imagine if Joanne had ever met Ashley in the street? She'd be like, fucking bitch! Fucking whore! Fucking skank! Fuck you! It would be epic. It would be... Nobody gets in between me and my burrito! So... Oh, it would be amazing. Anywho, it's time to get to part 2 of the three-part Head of Household competition. This competition is called Big Brother Minority, and here's how it works. Almost every week this season, there was a minority of people who voted in the minority in the eviction vote. So for instance, week 1, there were 7 votes to evict Princess, but 6 people voted to evict Amy. The job of Chantal, and Jojo was to identify who voted in the minority each week. They got 1 point for each correct answer, and there were 3 bonus points where for the 3 weeks that there was a unanimous vote, Charlene evicted unanimously week 4, Adam week 5, and Julian week 11. they had to identify any person, any house guest who played in the veto but lost the competition for a grand total of 20 points. Yes, and I asked the house guests, are you okay once the competition is done with me revealing the correct answers? Alvin said yes. The other two didn't answer, but you know what? I don't think the voting history will really affect any of the jurors' decision in who they're voting for, nor do I think it will affect who takes who to the final two. And you're all going to find out in 5 days anyway, so I don't give a fuck. Okay, here we go. Let's get to... Oh, and Alvin, Jojo, and Chantal, after the competition was done around like 3:30 p.m., they wanted to know the results, and I'm like, Ryan Seacrest, you're waiting till tomorrow. Okay, so here we go. Let's get to the results. So, for the bonus points, both of you identified correctly somebody who was playing in the veto competition but lost. Week 4, Alvin and Charlene lost beer pong. Week 5, Jojo and Julian lost blackjack. Week 11, Chantal and Alvin lost mastermind. So you get the 3 points for that. Week 1, 6 house guests voted to evict Amy. And I'm shocked that you both got this one right, because this is where I expected quite a bit of difference. The 6 votes against Amy were Lynn, Rhonda, Chad, Krista, and Adam. I'm missing somebody. And Emad. Lynn, Rhonda, Chad, Krista, Adam, and Emad. So you both got that right. You both have 9 points. Week 10, 1 person voted to evict Lynn. That was Julian. You both got it right. Week 9, 2 house guests voted to evict Lynn. Alvin and Chantal. You both got it right. Week 8, 1 house guest voted to evict Lynn. Julian. You both got it right. Week 7, 1 house guest voted to evict Krista. You both say Lynn. You both get it right. So that means you guys have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 out of 20 so far. But now here's where the differences come in, because you guys had different answers for... Just gonna double check. Yeah, you had different answers for the rest. So, week 2, the vote against Chad was 10-2. Chantal says Amy and Emad voted against Charlene. Jojo says Amy and Rhonda. Amy's obviously correct, so you're both at 16. The second vote against Charlene was Emad, so Chantal goes up to 17 out of 20. Week 3, there was 1 vote against Emad, which was it ended up being flipped to Lynn, but the person who originally voted to evict Emad was Amy. Chantal said Adam, wrong. Jojo said Rhonda, wrong. So, going into the final question, Chantal has 17, Jojo has 16. Here we go. There were 3 votes in week 6, the week of the Rouge vote. There were 3 votes. There were supposed to be 4 votes. There were 3 votes against Krista. You both say Chantal, which was correct. If Chantal got that wrong, that would have been really bad. So Chantal moves up to 18, Jojo moves up to 17. You both say Nicole voted against Krista, which is correct. Chantal goes up to... I lost track now. 18? Sure. 18. I know who. I did it at the math beforehand. So Chantal will go up to 18. Jojo will be up to 17. So Chantal leads by 1. For the final vote, Chantal says Alvin. Jojo says Julian. And the final vote against Krista was Alvin, which means Chantal, you have won part 2, and you advance to part 3 of the 3-part Head of Household competition. You will face off against Alvin, and whoever wins will be the final Head of Household, and will get to choose who they take within the final 2. Tomorrow, Who will win? Part 3 of the final head of household competition become the final head of household of the season. Saturday, who will they vote to evict? Well, we will learn the identities of the final 2. Sunday, Troy's End, who confirmed today that he's going to be there. Still doesn't mean shit, but he told me he's going to be there. He said, broski, what time you need me? Just bend over. Anyway, after. So Sunday, Troy's End from Survivor One World and Game Changers will be here to discuss the merits of the final 2 with the jury members who will also ask questions for the final 2. Monday, the jury members vote for the winner of Big Brother Cheesecake, and Tuesday is the grand finale where we will crown the winner of Big Brother Cheesecake 3 under the Sea. Last but not least, I just finished watching the Survivor finale. It was pretty boring, so if you don't want to waste 3 hours, I posted 20 pictures on Facebook and Twitter, and I'll post them in the group chats once Krista and Chantel and JoJo have watched it. I posted on Facebook and Twitter 20 pictures from the finale that accurately depict what happened, and quite frankly, you can just watch those pictures and you will get the same result. I love the picture of Dean in that. It was so funny. Anyways, I'm Andrew Chefs Moonbest. Take care. We leave you as we eavesdrop on the house guests. Good night.